Hello everybody. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening, depending on what time it is for you or you are. For me, Hazel. 9:04 in the morning. A little late, sorry. I'm here. We have lights on. We have a cat in the background somewhere. She's that way. You can't see her. You just gotta trust there's a cat. Ooh, a tent. I'm not distracted. You are. Well, that's neat. Do I have a tent? I have a null tent. There's more tents. Tailoring. Well, what's my tent look like? Oh. Well, that's a cool tent too. Why haven't I been tenting? Hiya! Alright, hello. Good morning. We said that one. What was I doing? I was introducing myself. Hazel. I was greeting you. Did that. Check. We were drinking coffee. I was checking on my Dracathis transmute before I get back to Ash farming, because I did most of a thing yesterday on stream and I would love to try to finish it today, which may or may not happen due to RNG and other factors outside my control. 10! Oh yeah, okay, we'll do that. And that is to farm some Phoenix Ash. So I want to poke around and find some more, try some other mobs basically. But first, it looks like I could do this. It's not profitable, but with my resourcefulness, multicraft, etc. it is. So I'm going to make all 10 of these. I need 2,700 roughly glow spores. And this is on my undead priest. I've added the Mount Ravenous Black Griffin to my collection. Oh, one of the timer things. Somebody gave me one. Thank you. Appreciate it. That confused me greatly for a moment, and I'm caught back up. Thanks. Excuse me? And then let's say like 400 of these. Sound good? Because, you know, may as well do the cooldowns if they're profitable. I can handle that amount of gold making. Easily distracted today, I see. Ah, you know it. Camping stream, let's go! Yesterday, I learned that dream events can get you 415 gear, which you can upgrade and then catalyze into heroic tier. Get on the Instamount. Love that. I think I have both of them now. I'm not 100% sure. Ravenous Black Griffin. If I search for time rifts or tier hold reservoir, it might show it to me. Tier hold. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have the werewolf, which is the thing that Horde can give to Alliance. And I'm almost never on a Horde character, so that's what happened is I'm on a Horde character, somebody had a Griffin, they gave it to me, and now I have a Griffin. Haha! Brand new mail. Thanks. We're grabbing... I'll show you this. What do you want? Aerated mana potions? Can I make those? I can. I imagine there's probably something I could do to further improve the profitability of my Dracathis transmute. Probably a resourcefulness thing, so if there's free alchemy knowledge just sitting in front of me. The way I would figure that out is I would go to the Dracathist, and then, so we will get to ash farming at some point. Dracathist. I would go to the Dracathist, I would look at specialization info, and this is going to show you, for the recipe that you've loaded up, which specialization knowledge trees are relevant. Skill I'm not too worried about actually, because there is no gold Dracathist, it's just Dracathist, and inspiration doesn't matter and it recognizes that one, but I could use more resourcefulness. So if we go back into resourceful routines, we're going to dump any and all additional knowledge into that, because that's only going to make that profitability go up. I would love to, do I have any, what do you call them? Treatise? Can I make a treatise? Just, alchemy. Draconic treatise on alchemy. Yeah, like if we just make one of these. Because that's easy, right? I'm not grinding alchemy knowledge on my undead. That's not what I'm doing. It's just what it looks like, but I swear it's a setup. I've been framed. Specialization. So one more resourcefulness. And now I would love it if I could get one more, because that would give me an extra 10, but just move on, walk away. It's already profitable. Just take your gold and get out of there. Are you feeling better today? Hopefully over that cold. Yes, yeah, much better. Thank you very much. I am, I think, quite recovered. Wish mounts would randomly appear as collected for me too. I'm farming repping them all because I hate myself, apparently. Doo-hoo. Big summer blowout. Oh. Craft Sim is the add-on that's given me all this delightful extra information. I feature it prominently in my gold making video that tells all. It's the one big project I did this year. And by big project, I mean thing that took me more than one sitting to finish. So it's a reference for anybody that wants to know how I made my gold. Let's sell all that. And then we're going to get back on my evoker. Oh, 57k. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Do I have anything else I want to vendor clear out here? I do love having clean bags. I do really enjoy that. Even if it means vendoring things that I probably could sell, it's just like, you know, you could buy more later. Oh, I have Dragon Shards of Knowledge. Oh, well, for next time. Okay. I love this undead. She's so cool. Why did I log into her in the first place? I'm gonna do my direct list cooldowns. I wonder if my evoker needs to do hers too, or she's done already. The specialization tree info, if you're looking at the Craft Sim control panel at the top, there's a button for it. Happy Friday in chat. Feeling better? Even more pink. What? Thank you very much. And I'm not a native English speaker. I always thought it was treaties. It very well may be. I learn language via sight and not sound, so I sometimes wildly miss the mark when it comes to pronunciation. I'm also a little bit dense when it comes to phonetics sometimes. So... Oh, okay, so I've got some Dracthist I can sell from the last time I did my cooldown. Oh yeah, I had some plumes drop while I was farming those phoenixes. So what we need is 8 more smoldering phoenix ash. We have everything else. We have the phoenix ash talisman. I have 21 ash feathers. I got an extra one for good luck apparently. You know what? 5 gold. Someone take. So, I need 8 more smoldering phoenix ash. Let's check out Wowhead. Because what I was seeing is that there are more mobs that drop this than I was originally looking at. When you look up the listing for it, and you go dropped by, and I decided to filter by how many actually drop, because you can filter by percentage, and it looks like there are a few things that have 5% drop rates for it. But... I figured that how many are actually being looted by players running the Wowhead client is a relatively better indication that would take into account things like spawn rate and how often and easy they are to kill, somewhat. So I kind of want to work my way down this list and just try farming like the top 5 of these, depending on if I run into anything that seems good. So Blazing Fire Squall spawns kind of in that area of the Citadel. So I'm going to start there and just see how that feels. You could read red as read. Languages are difficult, but fascinating and beautiful. Phonetics are hard. Sincerely, former English language and lit major. Found the best drop rate in Neltharis. I've heard good things about farming inside of the instance. I want to try out the outdoor farms first, just because that feels more my style. But I'll reserve that tip because we might need it. A squirrel is in my backyard. Farming them yesterday, just east of the Citadel, got only 1. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure we got 1. We were farming them at the end of the stream. We spent more of the stream farming the other parts. It took us a while to get the Ungrow, the inert ash from the Ungrow crater. Oh, there's like a dragon race I can do. It appears that the elemental storm has passed, which is good. So some of the farming spots, or one of the farming spots at least, that we tried yesterday, if I go like this, won't that shake them? I thought it should. No, sure doesn't. One of the farming spots I tried yesterday, the mobs were all empowered, but even if they're not empowered, I believe they're still going to be elites. So I'm feeling like maybe I'm not going to worry about that. Let's see. It's kind of in this region. We're looking for Blazing Fire Squall. These guys should have theoretically, a 4% drop rate for this ash. And we need 8 more of them. Never do the math. I would like to maybe put on buffs I don't really see why not. Let's get a little food buff. We have some deviously deviled eggs we can eat. What makes them so devious? Probably all of the cheese. I have no flasks whatsoever, but maybe I could make one. I'm an alchemist. Am I not eating? I meant to eat. Wrath Druid now level 56, meaning I only have 2 more levels to go before I can go die over and over in Outland Zones. Spent several hours in Endgirl, only got like 2. Howling Rune on your weapon. I could. I have Howling Runes. I also have Hissing Runes. Mastery or Haste. Let's do a Hissing Rune. Let's get some Mastery. That makes me do more damage to mobs that have high health. Also, none of this matters. This is wildly overkill. But I'm having fun. It's one of the things I like about Hardcore Classic is having a solid excuse to Awakened Frost, I see. Solid excuse to use files in like normal everyday average situations. Blazing Squall. So it was a birdie. It was like a pretty yellow birdie. Are there more pretty yellow birdies? I'm gonna loot this Inferno pod while I think. Oh, I see some birdies. Or birds. I'm an adult. I find that in the last 2 years I've gotten what can only be described as smooshier. Everything's a little bit more ooga booga boo, you're so cute. Moofy moofy moo. I guess that might be a side effect of having adopted a puppy who is just really cute. Everything he does is just magical. Well, I got a story of a memorable victory. I can tell the Tuskguard about that one. Do you think they'll give me like a gold? They're gonna give me 28 gold. That's a great deal more than I expected. Saxifrage? Oh sure, why not? I'm easily distracted. I can be easily distracted. I can be laser focused. I like this area initially because these mobs are not big stompy elites like the mobs that were up the hill are, which I feel like means that I'm going to get stuck for a lower amount of time fighting them. I don't mind getting stuck for some amount of time because I think there's going to be downtime waiting for the birds to respawn regardless. No luck there. Alright, 7. I'm just going to put this Phoenix Ash right in the middle of a big old empty bag. My Herodric Haversack, as it was. And that way... Oh, should I make a macro? That way I can check it really quickly. Find... Blazing Fire Squall. Because those are the ones that I'm looking for just for right now. Blazing... Type it something to that effect. We can throw that on, I don't know, 2? I haven't expunged anything lately. I like putting these sorts of things on mouse buttons because that way they are still usable even when I'm on my dragon. Oh, I found an elite. I jinxed it. Well, would you like to get beaconed? Why didn't it do anything? Why are you still at 100% health? Oh, there we go. Strange. I wonder if he was evading or something. I didn't see it. Stream choppy? Oh, I probably left it on the, pardon me. I should make that scene more obvious. What it is it's just a monitor capture scene so that I can show, like, my Wowhead screen or whatnot, but it doesn't show the game super clearly or smoothly. And I sometimes forget to switch back to the game cap screen when I'm done showing whatever it was I was looking at on Wowhead or Simple Armory or whatever. I could add a thing to it that, like, reminds me. I'll add Clippy. I'll add a proprietary, definitely not ripped off version of Clippy. It's just like, hey, you should close this scene. Your frame rate sucks. Hey, you breathe. I suppose I could even set up, if I really wanted to, rarity to track how many kills I have. But I've never used rarity before to track a grind where I needed to get multiples of a thing. Usually it was just for the one item that I wanted to have drop. I see, that's an elite too. Oh, yeah. Clippy the MVP. Haven't caught the stream in a week. How are Hazel's hardcore doing? Hardcore, right? Hardcore tunes are good. Nobody else has died. I haven't played my higher level tunes in a couple of days, which you could say is a bid to build up some rested to help with the how slow and zen the grind is past 35. I think 35 is where I really started to feel it slow down. I understand it gets even slower as you continue to move forward, but that was where I started to get whiny about it. Oh, I got a dream balloon pen. So if I want Bert's, yeah. So, oh, there's a pair of them. That's nice. We just need to get one item to drop 8 times. No one like that. My understanding is you can do the other steps without catatime walking, so that the only thing you have left is you can do basically everything else, including making sure that you have the NPC unlocked in. There's like some questing progress you need in Spires of Iraq to unlock an NPC that you need. You can do that ahead of time. You can farm the cookpot ash and the Ungaro ash and the phoenix ash from here and the feathers. That you can do all of that. You just won't be able to put it all together until you get the feather from Los Resort. Okay. I like this target macro. This is working much better than just trying to look for birds on my own. We're Microsoft Gaming as of today. Oh, congratulations to us. I feel a little bit as though I've been Microsoft Gaming this whole time because I've been playing this game on a Windows PC. Largely, anyways. Once or twice in my life I've loaded up on the laptop. Not me calling it Alice Razor. That's perfectly fine. I hold the right that everybody can pronounce boss names however they want, and no one, even Blizzard, is occasionally inconsistent with it. So I've let go of that one. Sometimes people will have different ideas. There's one in Amir Drasil called what I believe is Nimue, Nimue, and I already know that everybody is going to have 150 ways to say that, and almost none of them are going to be Nimue. And that's fine. It's not my name. It's not my mom's name. It's just a boss. Oh, I got one. There we go. We're at 8. We're past the halfway point now. Woo! Maybe they're all right. Maybe they're all right. You're right. Or are you? UK approves merger. Kotick possibly stepping down Q1 of 2024. A guild called Kael'thas Carl for all of BC. I've greatly enjoyed calling Farak Frank. Even now that I've landed on Farak because they said it a bunch of times in the recent press events and whatever. Publicity events, so to speak. I've figured out that it is Farak, but I still like calling him Frank. It just sounds more casual. So I want this birdie right here. Yeah. Angry Fire Dragon. He looks like a Frank. I think people like having nicknames. It means that somebody thought about you. You'll have to try not to call him Frank in your raid guide now. But what if I want to call him Frank in my raid guide? I love nicknaming bosses in the raid guide. I still like doing it, although I try not to do it for all of them now. Just bosses that have really long names. But I had some passing thought that by giving bosses with long fantasy names nicknames, I had some thought that maybe that wasn't a very nice thing to do. Not that the bosses are people, but if it was a person that had a name I didn't know how to understand, and I decided I was just going to call them, Bob instead, that would be a kind of rude thing for me to do. And I know this isn't exactly the same thing, but it kind of gave me the same energy, so I still do it to some extent, but not quite as much. Faraki goes to Hollywood. Frank is great. We will all complain in the YouTube comments. That is tradition, culture. What's that? A Jarden cache. I suppose maybe I'll get Oh, this is the area that the Siege of Dragonbane Keep happens in, isn't it? I see. So somebody might have a harder time farming this, like, during... Oh, I see. I can't get in there during the siege. I gotcha. Okay. I read something that I immediately forgot about farming these specific mobs during the Siege of the Keep. That's probably why people have gotten so much Phoenix Ash from these, is because they incidentally kill them. I mean, one, it's a 4% drop rate, which is perfectly fine, but secondly, they incidentally kill them during the siege. I see. Okay, well, I might come back to this spot. I don't hate it, necessarily, but I do want to... Here, let's find a safe place to pop my horse, and let's look and see what the second option on the list is so we can expand our research. Lava Hatchling is the second highest drop rate. Those are the ones that I tried yesterday. I tried these yesterday. Click to copy. And I found that the elemental storm was making them a bit annoying. But let's try it again and see if without the storm empowerment, if it's more reasonable to farm. Title of the raid guide video, Frank guide. Yeah. It would be funny, but it might be a bit tough on the SEO. Checking the Wishwing price in the US. One realm has 7 of them for 296k gold. I bought mine for 900k because it seemed like a huge farm before the nerf. Yeah. I actually didn't think to check the Wishwing price. Wishwing. 775k on this character, or on this realm right now. Not that I'm going to farm any more to sell, but more so because I know that I don't have the patience. I don't get enough of a kick out of selling pets. Anything I have to post more than once. I would rather post something dirt cheap and then have it sell. It's all about the notification of, hey, somebody bought it, and less about how much gold I actually got for it. Yeah, I like this spot now that it's a little bit... Do you think that when I fight him that he'll let me fight his birdie? He will let me fight his birdie. Uh-huh. Because, yeah, this seems a little bit more reasonable. I actually died here yesterday when they were empowered, and I think I had a pull that was bigger than this, but still. Breezebiter mount dropped, finally. Congrats, Milky Way Cupcakes. That's huge. Big bad evil guy being named Steve kind of derails the story. What you trying to say about Steve's? Uh-oh. Oh, man. Oops. Talk a big game at how, yeah, definitely not gonna die here today. They're not empowered. Coffee's good. Oh, yeah. I'm quite pleased I'm past the halfway point. Any more? Nope, nope, not yet. Next one will be number 9. I think once I have 10, I'm in the last 5. That'll be kind of exciting too. I bet you there was a buff or something that guy got that, here, we can hop over him to go kill this Phoenix. Because we don't have to kill those elites. We could, but we don't have to. And then this one. These ones also seem a little bit, maybe lower health? Slightly faster to kill, perhaps? What's that? That's Saxifrage. That's a scout pack. Should I loot them? I guess I'm just waiting for respawns. I may as well. You're always going to need more Dragon Owl supplies if you've decided that you're going to get all the Transmog and Dragonflight. I don't know if I'm going to get it all immediately or at once, but at some point in my life, I would like to have as much of it as I can. And Alun knows I'm going to need a lot of supplies for that. What am I at right now? 200. I must have spent them all on something. Maybe during, you could do something in the Forbidden Reach with supplies, I thought. Oh, no. Barter boulders. That's what I did. I dumped them all into barter boulders. That's what happened. Oh, okay. Let's go back here. One hatchling back up. I'm trying to make sure I have a disintegrate available whenever the feather spawns, just to make it easier to clear them. And then you. Also, why I don't do classic hardcore. You got Ponza's hat. I did not. I don't think I had enough supplies, actually. I have 46 boulders. And I think at this point I am saving for Ponza's hat. I don't think there's anything else that I want off of Ponza. Well, did I get all the pets? I got Thimble Rig. Thimble Rig has been secured. Okay. So yeah, I must be saving for the hat, because I'm sure I would have gotten the mount. Boulder Hauler, is that what that one was called? Boulder Hauler? Yeah, we got the mount. We got the pets, so we must be saving for the transport. So, is there any other lava hatchlings? Let's edit that macro to look for them, shall we? Lava hatchling. If we do get all of this today, I don't know what's next on the list, although I'm sure there could be something. But I figured maybe I shouldn't get too ahead of myself. Oh, I see. Some of them are flying. I was having a real hard time with the flying ones. I was having a really hard time with the flying ones in the north section of the zone. Oh dear. Well, okay. Let's kill the stone mender first, because they seem like they might have some kind of healing properties. I have mouse over enabled, and sometimes when I'm DPSing, I accidentally mouse over the target that I'm not targeting, and then I get surprised when my like disintegrate beam or whatever goes wide. Okay, that's fine. We can do that sometimes. Oh, yeah, because there's more hatchlings down here. Look at all these guys. There's a hatchling. There's a phoenix. There's a hatchling. Lovely. I think the lava phoenix to the left of the elite can drop it too. Okay. 250 boulders for the hat. Yeah, I must be quite a few short. Oh, we got another smoldering phoenix ash. We're up to 9. We just need 6 more. I have not been doing my barter boulder weekly, so I cannot say in good faith that I've been doing the most for Ponzo's hat. But that's okay. Oh, I got another one. We're up to 10. I don't know why I become the Wicked Witch of the West. I'll get you, my pretty. You're a log, too. I'll work on it. Good thing you can buy the boulders. I'm out of supplies. I'm quite bereft of Dragon Isle supplies. Think of Barter Boss Barnacles. Oh. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of Barter Boss Barnacles. But then he wouldn't be Salty Barnacles. I suppose he could split his time. Not the dog. What did Toto do? Just company? Oh no, here we go again. Well, let's see here. We don't have beacon, but I wonder if the magma vortex is the thing that moitered me last time. Might have been. Oh, it's nice having an interrupt. All of the classic hardcore I've been playing, I have yet to play a character that has an actual interrupt. I will soon. I've got a young, well, depending on if I continue leveling them. I have a young warrior and I have a young rogue, and both of those get like actual kicks. But my warlock and my priest and my hunter, none of them have an interrupt. My hunter just got intimidation, which is a stun, which will help. And my warlock has curse of tongues, which is not an interrupt, but it kind of sort of gets to the same place. But I kind of forgot that I could just like kick them. Only has an interrupt with a shield though? Oh, really? Oh, well, never mind then. I am a two-hander. I'm an arms... Arms? Yeah, I'm an arms warrior. I use one big two-hander. I bonk people with it once every 3.8 seconds or something ridiculous. And then in the meantime, I meditate. I take deep breaths and I enjoy the falling snow in Denvero. Yeah, in hardcore, that's right. Is there a better way to get these lava hatchlings to fight me? Aside from just hitting them with my dragon and then landing. Even then, if you outrange them, I think they lose interest. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, you know what? It's a good excuse to use my cooldowns a bit more often. I think we killed 2 phoenixes, so maybe we'll get maybe we'll get some ash. It's been a while since I've actually done anything on my evoker. No luck. Hazel, ever gotten a dozen eggs, and one of the eggs is kind of irregular looking, feels heavy, shell kind of weird shaped. Never from the store, but when I had chickens, chickens lay all kinds of strange anomaly eggs that I'm assuming mostly get selected out of your grocery list, but I imagine sometimes they can pass through. Sometimes they have 2 yolks. Once they had 3 yolks. There was once an egg within another egg. That was a weird one. Sometimes they have double shell. Sometimes they have no shell, and it's just like a membrane, like a. Let's stop doing that. They can do all kinds of funny things. Stack stamina, but not armor. What do you mean? Or on hardcore. Welcome to warrior life. Yeah. If it's a square egg, then it's real weird. That would be strange. I feel like it's also part of a New Yorker comic, but I'm just making that up. No shield. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have all the details worked out yet. I just kind of wanted to hit things. I wanted to press heroic strike. And so far it is delivering on that fantasy. Moose would enjoy having chicken friends, just saying. There was a place we walked by that had chickens, and he was... I don't know if he would make a good livestock guardian dog. I think he might make a good livestock hunting dog. He's a sweet boy, but I'm pretty sure he wanted to consume the chickens. He has a very different engage with friend animals versus prey animals. I'm pretty sure he didn't think the chickens were friends. Maybe he did. Who's to say? How is the fantasy of not using a swing timer going? Oh, it's fine. I'm the same way with my rogue. I'm not using an energy tick timer either because I'm just not taking it that seriously. I think my goals are less concrete. I'm just there to play and have fun. And I don't have any particular, like, I don't really need to get them to 60 or anything like that. I'm just trying to, I don't know, hit things. But sometimes you change your mind. I didn't want an experience quantifier for a long time, and then I got one, and then I thought that was quite fun, so you never know. How are you, Jeff? What's been up with you? When I was growing up, the cats had their own table to keep their food away from the dogs. It's a really good idea. My sister used to do that to great effect with her cat and her dog. The trouble is, and this isn't necessarily invalidated, especially if there was like a small ramp and I could teach her to use it. But the trouble is, because she is blind, she does not want to jump up onto anything because she can't see where she's jumping up to. I had this problem when I was trying to get her to use a top entry litter box. She was not having it because she couldn't see any of it. So she's, if she knows something's there, like the bed, she'll jump up onto the bed. And I guess I could feed her on there. But, actually, I'd never really thought of that. I will, put more thought into that later. But, it's troublesome to get her to go anywhere up because she can't see. Yesterday, the Lich King went down in under 90 minutes. That's nuts. Went down where? Great, thanks for asking. Loving the fall weather. Oh, fall weather is the best. We've been having some beautiful fall weather here. I forgot. Did I forget? Nah. I love the trees. They do so many different gorgeous colors. And they're all wonderful. ICC opened in Wrath Classic. Oh, I understand the context now. I was somewhere else entirely. I was imagining the Lich King taking an extremely slow elevator down to like the Macy's basement, and I didn't know how we got there. He went down. He went down where? Shadowlands? Oribos? Zeralik Caverns? How come it took him so long? He fell down the stairs. Nice, easy. Yeah, he ended up on the ground by where, oh, jeez. Neighborhood is utterly gorgeous right now. We're lucky to have so many trees. Love the fuchsia hair, Hazel. Oh, I thank you. I definitely, next time I do it, I want to try and get more of like a red-toned rose color, but I'm enjoying this one for as long as I have it. It's become hat season for the short-haired again. I have unearthed my wonderful toques and beanies, and also sometimes I have a fleece-lined hood here, so that works too. For when it's extra chilly, especially when I'm like going out early in the morning every day. Well, not that early. let's not get carried away. When I'm going out in the morning before lunchtime every day with the dog, I gotta keep the drafts off of the head. And then Moose likes to steal my hats. Or he likes to bring my hats to his bed so that I know where to find them and so that they become moist with his saliva. Your stream! Oh, you stream. I do stream. You helped me clear my first raid. Started WoW about 2 weeks ago. Oh, congratulations on your first raid. I hope you're enjoying the game. Finally, beanie weather. I have some hats that are so deep that I could pull them over my eyes if I want to. And then I have one hat that is so shallow that it feels a little bit like I'm putting the lid of an eggshell on a soft-boiled egg. But it's good if you didn't want to have like excess unfilled hat, you know, like sock without foot. Did you wear hats before the big buzz? I did, especially in cold weather, because I don't know if you have to, but I kind of have to. I'm very committed to being warm. I did, but it was frustrating because they were quite itchy with my curly hair underneath them, and then also they would smush my curls in a way that was difficult to recover from, and then of course there's hat hair and whatnot. It's much, I would say I'm more carefree now because I can put on the hat and I can take off the hat and then that's the end of the hat story. Although I am still talking about hats. RTS Planner, thank you for the 39-month resub. I hope you're doing well. You need a cowboy hat. Oregon, very similar weather. I'm watching a show on Netflix about Australian ranchers training herding dogs. It's kind of like a reality competition docuseries situation. It's called Muster. It's very cute. And how did I get to there from cowboy hats? One woman has a cowboy hat, and there's a shot where she's giving her dog water out of the cowboy hat, and I thought that was very cute. I want to see this show. It's weird there are so many Oregonians in here. Randomly scrolling through Twitch, saw your name. That's me. I stream 5 days a week. I stream for 2 to 3 hours at a time, so relatively short streams compared to other people. I always stream in this time slot, barring any major events or other setbacks. Oh, I got another Smoldering Phoenix Ash. We only need 4 more. And recently, I've been streaming both retail and occasionally hardcore WoW. I've also been leveling characters there. I have farmed the thing from Ungoro. This is the last component that I need. I gotta brainstorm a name for my Wishwing Phoenix. I'm kind of surprised that I'm getting to this while Dragonflight is still current. I kind of thought I would procrastinate for longer. Hello, everyone. Hello, Arthur. How are you doing today? I forgot to post the stream VOD last night to YouTube, but I have it scheduled, so it should go out at noon today. I went out of my home. I went to see a little community show, and it was really fun. I'm glad I went. I wouldn't say that I've, like, networked or made local friends, but I am doing better at going outside of my door and once in a while making eye contact with somebody and saying hello, and then I try not to worry too much about whether or not I said it in a strange way, and I just kind of keep walking with my dog. Nice, sounds like a good time. How'd you get that player frame? Looks custom? That's default. My what do you call them? Unit frames are default UI. My nameplates are Plater. I always get those mixed up. Social anxiety is fun like that. I'm trying to keep working on it with mindfulness. Comes and goes. It's, if you ever wanted a good reason to get out, though, and speak with a bunch of people that you haven't met yet, having a puppy is a really good way to do it. He is the icebreaker of all icebreakers. Sounds like progress. Totally get it. Good for you. I had done meditation. Oh, I got another Phoenix Ash. Off and on for years and years. I'd use the Calm app, and I would do the guided ones, and then I would do the timed ones. I read a couple of books. I never went to any kind of like a group thing or an in-person meditation. I always kind of just did it on the floor of my office with like a timer. And sometimes I would get on a really good streak of doing it, and then I would kind of fall out of it. But I figured no matter how many times I quit, there's still a good reason to pick it up again. I used to get very disheartened whenever I would break my streak with something, whether it was like eating well or exercising or, you know, getting enough sleep or drinking enough water, whatever it was. I would get very like, well, whatever, whenever I like broke my streak, and I would just give up on the whole thing altogether. And I'm doing a little better at, I don't know, lowering my standards. Does Moose like the attention, or is he more shy? I find it really fascinating because it really depends on who it is and what kind of energy they have. With some people, especially if they're just all like super excited, happy to see him, and they're like, oh my gosh, puppy, 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 puppy. He's like, yes, I am. And he gets all wiggly and he goes to them for like hugs. He does his moosey hug, which is where he kind of like curls his body against your legs and leans in while you give him all the pats and scritches. He loves that. But if somebody's a bit more reserved, he's going to be a bit more reserved with them. Also, I got my 12th one. And if somebody just immediately goes to touch him over the top of the head, he's going to duck that. He won't like get super upset, but he's just not going to let it happen. The best move for him is to let him sniff your hand, and then if he's cool with that, to try and pat him on the side of the body, or farther down his back, or even like sort of around the side of his neck, but never up top of the head. He'll let me and my partner do it, but not when he's like super excited. And then if he doesn't like the way that you're walking, or like he can't figure out what's up with you, he might bark. I told the story recently about how there was a teenager that was on their phone walking down the street, and the person was just kind of shuffling along normally, but like, you know, they were on their phone, they weren't looking where they were going, and something about that triggered Moose's danger alarm or his caution alarm, because he was he like actually stopped and set up to like woof at them until they had passed. But I think he figured out that it's all right, because yeah, some people will be on their phone. Babies are good icebreakers too. I met neighbors I never knew I had when I would walk my daughter in her stroller. Candle grounding technique. I've not heard of that. I wonder if people will still gush over him when he's an adult dog. If they don't, if you will miss it. Time to get a friend for Moose, of course. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. I think that when he's an adult dog, I'm sure some dog people will still gush over him no matter what, because he's a muffin. But I think that he is not going to incite the same reactions, because he's probably going to look a little bit more intimidating. He looks like he's shaping up to be a decently large dog, and the general impression you get from his features is German Shepherd. He's a mix. He's a total mutt, but he gives German Shepherd vibes. That's the biggest chunk of his DNA. And I think people might be a bit cautious with like an adult German Shepherd, especially if it's just behaving calmly and it's not like immediately super bouncy and floppy. But he's doing really good at meeting lots of people. He's quite friendly, and he meets strangers all the time. So I don't think he's going to be a super standoffish dog. But if he wants to be a bit more shy, that's totally fine. He would get it from me. He was concerned with their safety. He might have been. He also will bark if there's two other dogs that are playing at the park and he's trying to play with them, and he doesn't like the way they're playing, like they're wrestling too much. He will bark at them, and I don't know if he's kind of like a, hey, play nicer, or hey, look at me. I don't speak dog yet. I'm working on it. But that's the other situation that really gets him barking, is if there's two dogs and they're just wrestling, and he's just like, hey, excuse me, stop that, none of that, no thank you. German Shepherds are a bit intimidating, so smart work as police and military dogs. Yeah, I agree. Smart dogs aren't always super into the attention. The no thoughts kind of dogs tend to be the I'm here, please love me sort. Sometimes when Mr. Moosey is really tired, then you can kind of look into his eyes and see nothing behind it, and it's head empty, no thoughts. But no, he's a smart cookie. I love him so much. He needs a bath. He kind of smells like a fish. I need to give him a bath soon. I've been kind of waiting for the next time that he gets himself just like covered in mud from the park as a good excuse, but I might need to just do it anyways, even if he's gonna go right back to the park anyway, just to give him a good shampoo. Husky brain. He's got some Malamute and some Husky, so he does have a stubborn streak to him as well. They have these speech buttons you can train your pet to push now, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think those videos are really fun. I haven't got any. I think the danger with me and the speech buttons potentially is that I would project a lot onto the speech button and end up kind of talking to myself more than anything. Like like my dog would learn that I can press this button and then that makes my mom give me a hug, and I would project an awful lot onto whatever the button said, even if the dog isn't necessarily on that level. But I think they're really cool. I think that a lot of animals are a lot smarter and better at communicating than we give them credit for, just because it can be inconvenient to believe. Besides, your dog needs a bath. They smell like a fish. What do you think of charged spells? Should they add them to other classes? I think that they're very iconic to evokers, and I would prefer for them to stay with evokers. I am switching off of evoker this next season, and I'm kind of looking forward to not having the charge spells anymore. I got used to them. They're much nicer with a double tap than they are with the I don't know anybody that holds the button down. I'm sure somebody does. But even so, I think it's like a very modern feeling thing, but I would like for it to be with evokers. I don't know if I want the rest of the game to feel that modern, you know. Sometimes I just want to play an old-fashioned MMO. Are Malamutes stubborn? I had the impression that they were, but I might be mistaken. Dogs get so smelly so quick. I think different dogs get differing amounts of smelly too. I don't remember Joker ever smelling bad, and he didn't really get bathed very often. He just kind of, I don't know. Maybe he was smaller, so there was less scent matter to be in evidence. I don't know. He was smaller, certainly. Moose smells really good when he's clean. And I like the natural smell that he has, but we take him to the park pretty often now to let him run around and play with the other dogs and have some puppy time. And I think that that's probably where he probably picks up the stinkiness from, because he gets slobbered on, and then there's mud, and then there's, you know, he just gets kind of goopy, and then it dries, and that's probably why, but, you know, no dog can stay clean forever. Aimed shot I could give you. I think penance is nice as a channel, but I would believe aimed shot as a charge. Does Moose have a favorite toy? What's his favorite toy? He loves his toys, and he loves a lot of his toys. If I had to pick a favorite for him, it's probably one that came with him from the people that were fostering him for the shelter. And it's this little yellow squeaky toy that's a pig with pink spots. And he loves that one. He will dig it out in his bin and look for it sometimes, and then just go squeak it for a long time. I thought that I would be annoyed by squeaky toys. And don't get me wrong, that day could still be coming. But I'm, at this point in my puppy's life, quite happy whenever he's squeaking a toy, because it means that he's found an appropriate way to channel his energy. He's playing with his own things. He's not actively destroying something. He is self-entertaining, and he's having a great time. And I'm good with all of that, so the squeaking doesn't bother me yet. There's time. Maybe later. He likes that one. But he likes lots of different ones. It occurred to me when my mom was over recently that he has a lot of waterfowl toys. He has multiple ducks, and then a heron, and then a platypus. A lot of water adjacent birds going on. Some of them are squeaky, some of them used to be squeaky and have been de-squeaked, had a squeakectomy. Oh man, his poor floppy duck looks like it's had a lobotomy. GS is stubborn. She thinks we need to stop and assess the situation when we're out and about. Yeah, Moose will do that too. I try not to... I mean, I don't have all the answers, but I try to at least give him a chance to kind of like look at something if he's nervous about it, and then try and tell him, all right, I'm on top of it, you're good, and see if I can bribe him along with like something really yummy. But yeah, sometimes, especially if he's like really worried about it, he needs to stop and check it out. 13 of 15. This is going wonderfully. I like this spot a lot. It's much better when there's no elemental storm. Cousin's dog gets so excited about new people coming in the house. He likes to bring a stuffed toy to the new person. His favorite one is a stuffed bear that is the size of him. He carries the whole thing to you in his mouth. Oh, that's so cute. Moose will bring you a toy, but it's because he wants you to play. He wants you to either throw it or tug on it with him, or do one and then the other. He'll come take a toy and he'll like push it onto your lap and be like, hey, guys, please. He's so dramatic. I love it. I think that's just a dog thing, but it's also like a husky thing. Being just like, oh, guys, I'm tired. Flump. He likes to flop down very dramatically. Puppies are in doggy daycare today. That's one of the things that was on my list, was to, especially now that he has all his shots and he's had his rabies and everything, his shot, mind you, is to put him in daycare for a few days and then maybe try boarding him, just so that he's had that experience relatively early. Like, we've missed his socialization window, but just relatively early. But I haven't been able to do it. Not because I think he wouldn't do well, but because I think I wouldn't do well. It's very selfish of me, but I would miss my buddy. I would be thinking about him nonstop. The one time that my cat was away from home overnight, last year when she had her teeth out at the vet, I was a mess. Oh, we got our 14th. We only need one more Smoldering Phoenix Ash. This is a great spot, by the way. I'll show you exactly where I am. If you're farming this for the Phoenix Wishwing, you hang out here, try to avoid the elites if you can, and just these lava hatchlings and lava phoenixes are perfect. They've got like a 4% drop rate, and you'll get them over time. But yeah. I missed my kitty so much, and I was so worried about her. And I guess it would be different because Moose wouldn't be in surgery. He would just be, you know, hanging out with his friends. But he makes friends with everybody. I'm lucky that he's so friendly with doggies. Huskies are total drama llamas. Have you seen the videos on YouTube of the rescue beaver, who was an indoor beaver building a dam with the Christmas tree? No, that sounds amazing. Sound like a mom sending their kid to summer camp. I thought parents sent their children to summer camps with like thinly veiled relief and glee. All right, get out of here. I'll see you in August. Someone called me? Oh. Are you a husky dog? Farm those out there is normal? Yeah, I think you mentioned that yesterday. On your BM Hunter, right? You could reset the trash really easy. Could be practical to have the option if you have to run errands. Moose can't be left alone at home. Yeah, he does great at home for an hour or two. It would be if I needed to go somewhere overnight would be the thing. I don't think I realistically need daycare for him unless I was going to be gone for like a 12-hour fishing day or something like that. But if I eventually needed to travel, I have family that could pet sit, but they also pet sit for a lot of people, so there's every chance there could be like a schedule conflict, or it would be nice to have a good boarding place that I was comfortable with sending him. Just in the event that I needed to, you know, go out of town or something like that. That was not me. I don't play BM Hunter. Oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry. You're getting so lucky. Oh, we've... Oh. You ever try and play your character and nothing's working and it occurs to you that your hand's not in the right spot on the keyboard? You're just pressing irrelevant buttons. No idea about pricing. Seems like a better place to socialize it than leaving it in a daycare. Oh, he's socialized to dogs quite well. We did some puppy classes. He does great at the dog park with all the other dogs. The daycare would be, because often the daycares will run boarding as well, but you need to do daycare once or twice before you board them so that the facility can get to know your dog and to get to know what your dog's like and to decide whether or not they want to let your dog board there. Any good boarding place should vet the dogs before they, especially if they're going to leave the dogs in groups. There's one boarding place in town that instead of kenneling the dogs separately at night, they actually just have like a big room for them to have like a big group sleepover. But of course you'd want to vet the dogs to make sure they're dog friendly first. Just emotionally blackmail them to prioritize moves. They love it now. Feel comfy boarding them there when needed. Yeah, it'd be good. Trying to play some League the other day. Kept using 1, 2, 3, 4 instead of QWER because of WoW. I just need one more. I can't believe I'm so close. I just need one more Phoenix Ash. Is it from... I was going to say you, but I don't think I can aggro you without flying. And you know what? I don't want to. I'm just going to wait for respawns. Trying to use different controllers, so used to Nintendo's controls. I always hated that. I never really got good with PlayStation controllers. I could cope with Xbox controllers because I used one for, I still have it for PC games. You must be enraged or something. That really hurts. Goodness gracious, golly me. Yeah, I have an Xbox controller for PC games, so I can kind of sort of cope with it, but I still have to look at the buttons to figure out whenever they're like, use the green one. I'm like, which one? I don't know. The Switch controllers I can use in my sleep because I've played way too much Animal Crossing. But I didn't really do any Xbox or PlayStation in my formative years. And I definitely did Nintendo in my formative years, so maybe that has something to do with it. What do you do if it's MMO night, you're with friends, and you suck at your game because it's an off night? If it's MMO night, with friends, suck at your game because it's an off night. Oh, I mean, the somewhat unhelpful answer is to try to laugh it off and enjoy your friend's company and trust that they're there to hang out with you and not to do esports, and just kind of try not to worry about it. But I know that's like way easier to say than to do. I've gotten quite in my head sometimes when I feel like I'll be doing keys with friends and I'm just having one of those nights where I'm just like pulling things and I'm dying and I'm standing in things. And even though I know my friends know that I'm a person that can function, I start to get quite embarrassed about it. But I can also recognize that same feeling sometimes in my friends. It happens to everybody. And I know from when it happens to other people that no one's worrying about it as much as they are. And it's alright. They're there to hang out with you. But I know it feels tough. I have sometimes in the past had a tendency to catastrophize whenever I'm not playing very well, and even though I can hear the words and I know they're ridiculous, it's like, oh, I can't do it. I'm never going to be able to do it. This is terrible. You just go on without me. Just extremely dramatic. My inner husky. It's not okay. It has never been okay. It never will be okay again. Hazel, it's just freehold. It's okay. Random in one of my dungeons said, just oh dear. Oh man. Oh, this guy has a birdie. I would come from my friends when it's happening. Tend to be harder on myself though. Mm-hmm. I think the point of games is not to play them perfectly all the time. The point in games is to try your best and have fun and enjoy your downtime. And sometimes people will kind of get in a habit of looking down on other players or saying unkind things about them to make themselves feel better, to feel like they've got something going on for them. I think it's pretty normal for people that are maybe insecure about one area of their lives to find something else that they feel like they are doing better in. So maybe somebody's insecure about how they're doing with their family or their relationships or their work, but they're like, well, at least I'm really good at WoW. And then they'll kind of try to prop up their own ego by trash talking other WoW players that aren't playing up to their standards. And at the end of the day, that's a them thing. That's a them thing. And it's okay. It's, you don't have to take it on board. I'm going to, yeah, this bird. Can trying your best conflict with having fun? I mean, sometimes it's fun to just kind of goof around. Some games are better than others for that. I think sometimes if you feel a bit perfectionist, then those feelings and patterns and tendencies could get in the way of you having fun. But sometimes trying your best is kind of a vehicle for satisfaction, you know? Sometimes it just makes it feel good. I love goofing around and Overcooked. Oh dear. I need to try Overcooked again. I need to see if my teamwork has gotten any better. I have a hard time with the controls in Overcooked sometimes, and I also have a hard time communicating. When I'm under pressure, occasionally my word centers will lock up, and I will just have I'll have a feeling that I need to communicate, and I'll have no good words to do it, and I'll say something like, bun left, no, no, no. No, 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 thank you. And then my teammates are like, would you like me to bring you some buns? It's so fun though, I love that game. Overcooked is so fun. Also, recommend Playtime. I don't know if I've ever tried that one. I'm comfortable. Oh, the hatchlings are back. What is that buff? Auto attacks refresh the duration. Oh! Auto attacks refresh the duration. And then I'm guessing it just makes him hit like a truck. Okay. That's what's been going on. I have a triple pull now. Let's maybe try and at the very least. These are not the hatchlings that I need to farm. I've just gotten myself into some degree of trouble. I do fine in my retail raid team, doing keys with those people. Random pugs, not so much. Played up is a bit less crazy. Hit like a truck, they don't die. Oh! Oh! It's coming back to me now. I think Flabby explained this to me like a year ago, and I had forgotten, and now it's like I've unearthed a little acorn in my brain. Alright, we still need just one more piece of ash. Is it from you? No. Is it from... you? No. What about you? Or you? Double pull. Supposedly 1 in 20 would drop one. Roughly. Ish. 1 in 25? Nope, not that time. Trank shot, very handy as a BM hunter. Remember these when farming keys. I was so resistant to doing all of the Obsidian Citadel stuff. I don't quite know why. Every now and then they do an outdoor grind, and I just take offense to it for some reason. I don't know what my deal is. It's okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to root you with landslide, and I'm just going to walk away, and I'm going to let it fall off. Wow, would you look at that? Learning. Oh, dear. One more Phoenix Ash, please. Here's it, birdie. Your choices don't matter in outdoor grinds. What do you mean my choices don't matter? Great for bits of gear for alts, though. Thought I was going to have to choose between Sibelian and Rathian. It would affect my entire expansion. Yeah, that choice really didn't seem to matter very much. The great Sibelian and Rathian debate. I remember a couple of times on stream people would ask me which one I supported, and my impression of them, which I admit is a bit petulant, was neither of them. They're both whiny, and I'm sick of both of them. It's not very kind of me. They're under a lot of pressure. Both basically bickering children. Gildy made a ton of gold selling the rep items for Rathian Sibelian. Looking back, I have major regrets farming the rep ASAP. There was some form of a epic. There was like a couple of pieces of gear, I think, that were decently good that you could get from doing this rep early. Same thing with like the other grind that I didn't do, the blue people, the blue man group, with the bongo drums. The Cobalt Assembly. Them. Didn't do that. They had a ring, and I didn't do it out of spite and contrarianism. Still haven't done it. I think I need to do it for some... I want to do it for some other reward. There's some kind of a thing I can get from it. And there is my 15th piece of smoldering Phoenix Ash. I'm going to put it right next to my Phoenix Ash Talisman and my 20 Ash Feathers. And I think now we're looking for... Here, let me get myself out of the aggro area. Tarlgin, something like that. Can I sit right... here. Good, okay. One moment. I'm going to do some Googling. Return to Tarjin the Blind. I never went to him in the first place. Oh, I see. He's over there. Is he in a cave? Comments. Oh, he had a different thing. Okay. Copy. Top command. There he is. Still haven't done Cobalt Assembly. There's Nelly Storm up in Cobalt. It goes fast. Grat's still at 1. Oh, I'm so sorry. Remember the Dragon Skull guy? Not especially. I think there was another thing that I kind of didn't do. On the ocean side of the keep, sitting on a mountain. You've probably seen him at least once at the beginning of the expansion. I remember people talking about him. I must have done something with him. But, who's to say? Hi. Hi, Anne. How are you? Happy October 13th. Oh, it's Friday, October 13th. It's spooky. Hello. Tale of the Phoenix. The Phoenix knows there is no shame in death. Shame falls only on those who flee the challenge. The defeated Phoenix rises evermore to continue to fight. Watch it. Learn from it. Be better than it. Well, that's a lot of pressure. Something with a whelp pet. Rename. Helen. Because Mount St. Helen is a volcano, and I farmed him near a volcano. Her, him, them? Helen. I farmed Helen near a volcano. All right. Woo! Go team. I'm going to hearth back, and I'm going to take my break, and when I come back, we shall select something new to do. Kitty all good? Clean bill of health? Oh, wonderful, Heather. I'm glad Kitty's okay. A hockey mask like transpog. Not that I know of. Be spooky. Alright. BRB. I don't know how we expect me to get anything done around here when there's a puppy. He just sleeps in his back like, and then you rub his tummy and then he's like, blah, blah. Okay. All right. What am I doing? I want to select a new pet grind. That's what I'd like to do. Let's go back to Simple Armory. One moment, please. Stinky fish puppy. He doesn't smell that bad. I'm playing it up a little bit for comedic effect. I still smush my face in his fur and go boo 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 boo. Sometimes I'm a bit much. Simple Armory. Speaking of stinky, I had this, I had a dream. So last night, I'm like laying in bed. It's nighttime, it's probably like 10:30. Trying to fall asleep, reading my book, trying to fall asleep. And it occurs to me that I can smell something that kind of smells like the cat, you know, used the litter box. And I'm like, well, first of all, that's weird. It's kind of a strange time for it. And second of all, the litter box is down the hall in a different room. That is some really potent smell. Maybe I'm just having a weird, like, pseudo dream. So I try to, like, you know, I try to just ignore it. And eventually I realized this is going to bother me to the point that I can't sleep. I have to get up and go scoop that. So I got up, I went and dealt with it. I went back to bed, fell asleep. Everything's fine. But then I had a dream that I was living in some kind of like a townhouse situation where there were neighbors on either side. And they were having a conversation about how there was this really strong cat poop smell. And they think it was coming out of number 7, which I guess was my number. And then I was like, nope, that was me. It was something. And I just thought it was so funny that it smelled so bad that not only did it travel down the hall and make me get up and deal with it before I could fall asleep, but my brain stuck with that and would not let it go. And I dreamed about it. Oh, dear. Not that it's any knock on you, kitty cat. She's sleeping on the chair back there. Everybody makes things stinky sometimes. Battle pets. We have those. Yes, we have those. I have in my account's possession, for better or for worse, every wild-caught battle pet. Those are done. So we select companions. We are at 95% of those. And there's quite a few missing from Dragonflight. Those, I think, are going to be largely new patchy thingies, so we're not going to worry about that section. Needs to join you on stream. There is a clip from his first and so far only stream appearance there. We disagree. Please continue being a bit much. You're not really a cat owner until you dream of cat poop. What is the link to this page? This is Simple Armory. Simplearmory.com. You can look up your own character or my character or anybody's character you want. And you can see your different collections. It also works great for mounts. People might know it for the mount planner. If you select this checkbox here, it will show you if you were going to farm the things that you were missing, when you should hearth, where you go, which hearthstones to use, etc. to farm the various things that you're missing. But I always liked that it kind of broke down the things that you have or don't have into expansion and then into section by expansion, so you can very clearly get a read on like what you don't have and what you might like to farm. So that's my map collection, but that's not what I'm doing today. I'm doing companions. So, Mr. Muskoxylus. How many, incidentally, how many pets do you need for Mr. Muskoxylus? Good things come in small packages. Is it like a... Oh, no, never mind. I won't worry about it. Good things come in small packages. Truly the most dignified of stinky muskin. Screenshots none yet. Submit. Comments. Roared from achievement not found. Part of court is still now in session. There might be some plan to add enough pets in Dragonflight to equal 2,000 plus. Oh, did it? So they put it in, but then they took it out? Is that the idea? Anyways, never mind. We won't worry about Mr. Muskoxylus. Tobias is the secret Savazaroth. I have not done that yet. I do plan to do it eventually. I don't plan to start it today. There's 3 pets from rares here. Maybe we work on that. Skarn, Aquapo, and the Teardrop Moth. From Cobrock, Aquafon, and the Underlight Queen. Because I have alts. You better believe it. Let's go take a little poke around the caverns and see if any of those rares are up. They were all up last time, which makes me think they all rotate in the same quadrant, perhaps? Which means that I might have missed them, but we'll go see. I have no duplicate pets, and if I do, it means I need to cage them and get rid of them, because I like keeping just one of each. EK races instead. Twilight Highland ones are really fun. It's an idea. Engineer pets are expensive. I just decided to level engineering on an alt. You actually, for the Zap Throttle Soul Inhaler pets... Oh, that's probably not what you meant. I think I had an engineer friend make me the engineering ones. I need to grind the Zap Throttle ones, though. You don't need engineering for that, which I don't think is what you meant. That's a grind. That is a project. Oh, congrats for that number. Do you care about breeds? Not until it becomes a problem. That's my rule, is I care not at all about breeds until having the wrong breed is stopping me from accomplishing something, and at that moment, then I will go get whatever breed I actually need. But it almost never happens. I would say the vast majority of my pets don't ever get used in a strategy. And then even when they do, sometimes you can get away with just having whatever breed that you happen to have. So it's not something that I felt was personally fun to optimize. A smelly trash pile for me. Don't mind if I do. All right. Capraku, Flaufy, Magtembo, Colossian. Okay. So I think that perhaps the rares that I'm looking for won't be up today. Because they rotate. Is Kira wrapped up in your lap? She's on my chair behind me. I have a Squishmallow pillow that I've been keeping on my lap just to be snuggly, I suppose. They're up on my server if you want. Oh! Well, if they're up in your server, then they must be just up in general. Let's start with looking for... Oh, Aquafon's up. Here, I'm signing up for the Aquafon group. They must just be not up for me then. I'm coming. I still don't 1,000% understand the rare rotation in Zeralek Caverns. I think I've just not done it. Oh yeah, they're totally up. I've just not done it enough. Which one? This is Jerome. He's my only big one. He's a Triceratops of some description. Google Doc that says what zone's unavailable. Can't link it though. Okay. I don't even know which rares are part of which zones. Can we two-man? There's one way to find out. Charge! What were the names of the two dogs from the Aristocats? I'm the leader. I say when it's time to charge. They had funny names. The thing was set in France, so they might have been French names. They certainly didn't have French accents. Napoleon! Yes! That's right. Napoleon and something else. Hi. Hi, Scarlett. How are you? Lafayette. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, Lafayette's French. Also has been forever tied to Hamilton for me. I've listened to the first half of Hamilton so many times, and I've listened to the end of Hamilton like twice. I've never seen the show in person. I watched it on Disney Plus, the taping they did, and then I've listened to the soundtrack, but I used to put it on when I went to get tattooed, and my tattoo sessions typically tapped out right around the middle. Haven't seen that movie in forever. Those are indeed extremely French names. Always makes me think of True Blood. Happy Friday the 13th in October. Happy October Friday the 13th. Underlight Queen. Let me see. Let's do Underlight Queen. She's tough. We need all these people. Never seen it. I think I'm one of the few. Nothing's perfect, but I enjoyed it a lot. I like musicals, though. So is there any trick to her? Because I remember the last time I fought the Underlight Queen, it was really difficult. There was some... She would just put up huge absorb shields that I found myself unable to prevent. I'm officially item level 399. Congratulations. It's quite a respectable number. Alrighty. Oh, I forgot to use, oh, it's okay. I'll never be accused of being, the best devastation evoker. Or if I am, then whoever is accusing me is, delightfully misguided. That's okay. She makes a shield every 25% health loss. It just takes forever. Oh, okay. So it's unpreventable then. Well, alright then. Because I remember last time she put up the shield and I was like, well, does it have a timer? Can I wait it out? No? Okay. I guess she just functionally has an enormous amount of health. Are you going to be getting Arthas? I don't know. How does one get Arthas? Don't want to upgrade things because it's effort and I'm confused about it. That's fair. It's late in the patch, so to some extent you could save your effort and, you know, upgrade the gear that you're going to get next patch. But being confused about it is completely understandable, but also something that you can certainly get past with some time. You'll need to upgrade gear a crest and then some flight stones. The flight stones come from all kinds of stuff, and then the crests come from more specific things. And then doing harder content will get you higher levels of crests that you might need to upgrade higher stuff. But typically the the easiest way to figure it out is just to go to the upgrade NPC. There's a couple of them in Veldraken. There's one of them in the Zskera Caverns. Pop a piece of gear in there and see what it wants from you in order to upgrade it. They've designed it in kind of a clever way where there's very little downside to upgrading the wrong thing. Even if you spend a crest to upgrade a piece of gear, then you replace it, you could do that same upgrade on your new piece of gear without using the crest. Because you only need to use that crest on that character once for that slot. Thank you. Cobrock? If Cobrock is up. Probably going to wait till next patch. It seems easier in 10.2. Yeah. Yeah, 10.2 is making it so that there are not fragments. It's just complete crests, and they go to your currency tab and not your bags, which is going to be kind of nice. Huh. That's all I know so far. I've been lazy about researching. I have not seen those TikToks. That sounds cute. You have the cheesy mouse dude. I do not yet have the cheesy mouse dude. It's one of the things that I'm going to need to get. You like that one? Get a name. It's not Ratatouille. That's the movie. It's a great movie. Oh no, don't go look in your pet journal. Help with the boss. Do some damage. I wonder what that does. Roland. Yes, that's what it was. New pet for me. Woo! Yay! That's one off of the rotation. Any other rares? Drop things? I follow. Where to? I got scorn. I think Invoke has a toy? Does Clack Attack have anything? Just the claws. Clack Attack just has the claws. Invoke is a very rare toy. Alright, let's try. Only one way to get it. I want to get Scarnet. So yeah, it's the... I wonder why all the things isn't telling me about anything. Oh well. How many achievement points do you have? 31,000. Even. I didn't know it was an even number. That's kind of satisfying. Achievements are something that I don't go out of my way to seek for their own sake, but they seem to be incidental to a lot of other things that I do like to farm. So I end up with a pretty decent chunk of them just by happenstance. There's a word I don't know if I've ever said before. Want to do LFR? People queue, please. How many characters would I like to gear up next season? 1. Well, we'll start with 1. We'll start with 1 and see how we feel about it. I know that in the Aberrus season, in the season that we're in right now, I geared a couple of different characters. And I did Aberrus on like normal pugs and heroic pugs and a couple of different characters. And that was a lot of fun. And I wonder if I'm going to want to do that again with the Murdersill, or if I'd rather just gear one character and then pick other projects. What do we get here? Fragments. Very nice. Tembo, Subthorax, Flaufey, Scornak, Emerald Skin, Viridian King, Brillo the Strong, Arcanon, Spin Marrow. I don't know of anything else, but I might be just... Jeez. Thank you very much. Let me see here. Rares. Alcanon is a Slitherdrake thing. I'm not too worried about those. Colossian. Din's Drum. Oh, there's a toy from Din. Ah, the lava pack. If, Din is over... Didn't I see Din? I thought I did. Maybe he's not up. Scornak, Subtrax, Flaufey, Magtembo. Maybe he's not up. I might be mistaken. Oh, he is up. Okay. I'll just follow you. I lost him, but as long as you've got a read on it. Almost tempted to switch for one season to my Mistweaver as my main, but I don't think I can not play my warrior. Yeah. I think they might rein it in a little bit, but I'm hoping that next season feels close to how the season felt for gearing and catching up alts, because it was really fun and like really feasible to play multiple characters. Maybe I missed him. Yeah, I thought I saw him too, but I don't... Might be gone. Oh well. I'm gonna leave and then check my shard, and I'll list for it if I see it. So if I leave, and then we phase. It looks like it's just Kapraku up on this chart. You know what, it's not a pet collecting thing, but you know the other thing that I could do is, you know, Karakta. Let's go to where Karakta spawns. Maybe give it a go, because we're going to be in the area anyways. I think I might just take some more characters. We have the Cobrock pet now, but if I'm farming Zeralek Caverns rare pets, I still need to keep farming the Underlight Queen and Aquafawn? And I have lots of characters to do that on, although I am running out of characters, I say, after having taken exactly one of them. I've kind of used my character that had, gear? So, Karakta maybe? I kind of used my character that had gear, so it might take longer to get through Underlight Queen. But that's okay. Found out a relative I didn't know existed works at Blizzard. Can't send them a message to make sure they remember me for friends and family access. They're family, right? Oh, man. I would be a terrible source of advice on that. I hate asking people for things. Or at least I've historically not availed myself of it very much. Start for game time, want to focus on one tune. Yeah, that's reasonable. I like this transmog. I think I might leave her in it for a bit. Also, well, I haven't bonded with Skarn enough yet. I wanted to have my new Phoenix Wishwing out, but we just got a brand new pet. My pet collection on this character anyway. I don't know why it seems to change the number between different characters. Like, I'll log into different characters and they'll have different numbers of pets collected. I didn't think I had any pets that were character specific. Mounts, sure, you know, for varying reasons like professions and race and class and whatnot, but like pets? Strange. Yeah, maybe guild companions? That could be it. Mostly said it to make you laugh. Doing more Mythic Plus. Try healing for the first time as an alt next raid. LFR, maybe normal. Made a second dragon. Nice. Legion Class Hall had some specific pets. I got pets from Legion Class Hall, but my understanding was that they were not locked to the class that got them. So like my Frostbrood, Bloodbrood Whelpling from the Death Knight Class Hall counts, and I can summon it on all my different characters. But yeah, I definitely never have guild heralds on like almost anybody, so maybe that's it. Anyway, for this character, I have 1654 pets currently collected. It's an aimless snail. Are we calling the snail aimless, or is the snail experiencing an internal struggle of lack of purpose? 650 pets, can't fathom 1650. They just really stack up over time. It's one of those things where it's like you start collecting things and then you wake up and it's been like 15 years or whatever it's been, and you're like, oh hey, they're still here. I haven't lost any of these. I used to make quite the project out of making sure that I had collected everything and leveled everything as soon as it became available. I would very much anticipate new pets that were coming out. I would kind of categorize and get to the bottom of how to get all of them. I would do all the farms, and I would feel quite satisfied in my collection and my collection status. You know, like my Warcraft pet score, my Data for Azeroth pet score, that sort of thing. Funnily enough, my mount collection ranks higher in Data for Azeroth than my pet collection, even though I have a higher percentage of pets than I have of mounts. On my realm, there's a lot of really good pet collectors that have more pets than me, so my actual realm ranking for my pet collection is not that high compared to my mount rating, even though I have a lot of mounts, but it's not, it's a lower percentage, I'm pretty sure, if you were to consider like a bar that you filled. Actually, I'm sure that's data that I could have from Simple Armory if I wanted to look at it. Let me see, Simple Armory. So it looks like my companion collection is 95%, and then battle pets is 100%. Whereas for mounts, I have 88%, so fewer, like a lower percentage, but still pretty strong. But then when you look at my Data for Azeroth account rankings, I have the 5th best mount collection in Lightbringer. And I only have the 7th best pet collection, which is actually, it's improved. All this pet collecting we've been doing has been doing some work. And then, yeah, I think those are the things that I'm highest in. I only have a little under half of, oh, pardon me, that's pet score and that's pets collected. So that ranks players based on their amount of unique pets. I have the 6th best unique pet collection on Lightbringer at 1655 according to this, although it may not have updated with the ones I got just today. And then pet score takes into account the level and the rarity of the unique pets, which I also need to maybe do some work on still. Number on feats of strength. Am I really? What? Hang on a second. Hang on a second. We're going back. I found a thing that I can be cocky about. It's like taking a test and finding out that you're good at something that you never thought of before, and you're like, haha, I'm special. Feats of strength. Oh yeah, what do you look at that? Ranks players based on their total unique feats of strength. Click for historical progress. It doesn't tell me what my feats of strength are, although I guess I can look in-game. 882? When did you start playing? 2009-ish. 09-ish. Maybe late 08, early 09. Oh yeah, I was gonna look at my feats of strength. While I browse for Karokta groups. Feats of strength. What kind of feats of strength do I have? Black Harvest, Faceless one from Horrific Visions, Predator from Tanan Jungle, None of them are that, I don't know, notable. Like having done the Faded raids, having done... Yeah, I mean, I've done like Ahead of the Curves and stuff. So if you're looking at raids, yeah, I have a chunk of Ahead of the Curves because I've just been part of an AOTC raiding guild for... AOTC sounds cooler than it is. I'm not part of a cutting edge guild. I have no cutting edge achievements whatsoever. But, you know, we've been heroic raiding since Warlords. So we've got those. I defeated Imperator Margok atop his citadel in Heimel in 2015. Any dungeon ones? Keystone Heroes, we've done those. I didn't realize there were so many feats of strength for things like Keystone Hero. PvP, we've got some like various rivals and combatants and challengers and the occasional duelist for Warlord Season 2. Reputations, Bloodsail Admiral and the Insane, and then just, you know, various anniversaries and stuff. Yeah, a lot of it's just, you know, congratulations, you were there. You collected a baby Winston from the Overwatch Origins edition, you know, like, whatever. I shouldn't be too dismissive. Baby Winston's quite cute. Interest in classic Wrath? Not necessarily. No. Sorry. I was trying to find a way to mince words and sugarcoat that. No, not really. But I'm super into hardcore classic. So I suppose if they made some kind of bizarre challenge for Wrath Classic, that might get me into it. But I've been playing hardcore classic. Are we sure Correct is up today? I thought so. I thought somebody said they had it up before. And Viridian King's up, so yes. Viridian King is like, or he was up. Although to be honest, he was up on somebody else's shard. But the shards should all be the same. It should be a global rotation. You could always add the hardcore add-on to Wrath Classic. You could. Large variety of play areas for feats? Yeah, I suppose it is. I like doing lots of stuff in the game. I think I'm lucky that way. I think I would have less to do and I would have had a harder time staying engaged for this long if I didn't enjoy so many different areas. Maybe Winston slaps hard too. I want to hang out with my new Phoenix. Cute, 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 cute. Oh, look, an herb. Found a Hazel and a Ute. Trying BM Hunter after always playing MM. So fun. I have some profession knowledge to spend. I think this Karaka thing is kind of sidetracking me. It's not quite what I set out to do today. I set out to collect pets. And we did that. We got the Wishwing. I actually got Skarn, which is so lucky. But I still want to farm the other two. So maybe we log off, leave her here, kill Karaka later. Surprisingly got the name Hazel without an exit. Isn't up today. How come I saw Viridian King when I was in a different group then? Unless I'm just imagining things. Because I also thought I saw Din and then it was gone, so who's to say? Start with Roland. Aquapod doesn't want to drop for me. These guys should be once per rotation? Is there a good way to check your loot lockout for those rares? I saw Viridian King on your map, saw it on yours too. Maybe it was up since yesterday. Yeah. He was up on my shard. Okay. I like that staff on Inksy. Why, thank you. I got it from the trading post. If it hasn't died since yesterday, you can kill it when it's not spawning. Oh. Oh, I see. All right. With that in mind, let us move on from Zerlek Caverns rares because I think most of the ones that I want are not in the current rotation. I think that they would have rotated out today. They'll be back later, but we can just do them on like Tuesdays and stuff. Okay, with that in mind, do I have any mail? Oh yeah, I set myself some stuff. Let me go back to my drawing board and select a different thing to work on. Collectibles, companions. Pardon me. Snowclaw Cub. World Event Primal Bear Cub Azurspan. I'm going to read this. I don't know if I can do it right now or not, but I'm going to read it and find out more. How to get it. Get these items before you start. There is a 24-hour timer to do this. Details in the text. Go to Thalendra, pick up the daily quest, and solve it. There are 4 variants. You make food and you give it to a depressed wild animal. You go back to Thalendra, turn it in. Question mark on the map is wrong. She's 100 meters east. You get a 24-hour buff honorary dryad. Do not lose the buff. Go to your character settings, change your title. Go to the Primal Bear Cub, interact with it. Talk to it to give it 3 Hornswog hunks and a honey snack. You get the Snowclaw Cub directly in your inventory. Alright. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to get all of these things fully in advance. Just so I'm ready for anything. So, Hornswog hunk. We're going shopping is what we're doing here. 3. Honey snack. Honey snack. Ah! Vendor. Forbidden reach. You know what? I am lazy. I am exactly that lazy. And then tasty hatchlings treat. I'm actually getting 1 of each. Blubbery muffin. Me when I'm weepy. Snow in a cone. And then a celebratory cake. I promise I can spell. All right. We're going to bring all of these things. In Valdrakken. Okay. So we're going to up, and she's kind of over in the Emerald Dream section to the north of this little southy thingy. This seems kind of fun. Don't teleport. Just make sure you have everything. Don't teleport. Okay. They hotfixed it so you can get the buff daily from her. Oh, that's good. Want me to send a spreadsheet? Oh, it's very sweet of you. That's okay, though. I'll dig it up at some point if I need it. One of these days I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I'm looking for /Hearth Thalendra. There she is. Help Thalendra feed the many small animals of Valdrakken. Okay. I thought I was going to have to feed one of them. I didn't know I was going to have to feed all of them. Oh, I see. This might be a prerequisite quest. Let's just focus on this first. I'm so glad that we got that black Sliver pup the other day. That one I thought was going to torment me for, like, expansions. An Eft. Oh. I remember when axolotls were on my radar as a pet that people had. They would feed them worms and keep them in cold tanks with chillers because they needed quite cold water, and it was a whole thing. Hungry hatchling. It was exotic to me because I typically would have aquarium heaters because I would keep fish that needed warmer than room temp water, like betta fish or other tropical fish. I'm looking for this turtle because he's hungry. Who I'm feeding by virtue of petting it. How wonderful. I bet they all have smiles in their cute little faces, beaks, snouts, and whatnot. There's one more creature. I fear the situation's rather dire. Acquire treat feed to the despondent duckling. I like how we're medicating emotional issues with food. Oh, you're having a bad day. Here. Have a snack. And I'm not saying it doesn't work. There's no reason why people do it. The duckling looks at you with large, pitiful eyes. Is it like... It's not dead. No, it's just taking a nap. I get that. Carefully administer the remedy. The weeping waterfowl watches their friends frolic in the waterway. Tears gather in their eyes as they quack meekly. They seem hungry. Well, I guess if you're sad because you're hungry. I've been there. I've gotten quite depressed over lack of a sandwich before. Yay, ducks! TNA, thanks very much for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Look, I'm here this time. Last raid I was absent. It was a cat stream. Hi, raiders. Hello. Okay. So, we do that. I have earned the title Honorary Dryad. Inksy Honorary Dryad, at least for today. ABCD. That's the title. We're wearing the title, and then I want to look for... Not that. Too many tabs. Snow Clock Cup. Go to the Primal Bear Club and interact. Primal Bear Cub. The Primal Bear Club sounds highly exclusive. So maybe I should teleport to like the Cobalt Assembly. That might be a nice shortcut. And then can I copy the TomTom command for that? I'm a changed woman. I've been I've been putting coordinates, punching them directly into my game. I never used to do that. Didn't people say not to teleport? You're right, people did say not to teleport. Okay, I won't do it. I suppose it's not that far. Do you have any extra invitations to the Primal Bear Club? I could use one. Rumor has it you can go to the meetings, but only once. You are the snack. I was at an event recently where they were serving complimentary coffee at like 7 p.m. at night. And people were enjoying it and availing themselves of that. And I thought, who, although clearly these people in front of me, has coffee at 7 o'clock at night? I guess maybe they have a different schedule than me. That must be it. Primal Bear Cub. Hello. The cub is nervous. Maybe it's hungry. Give some hornswog meat and honey, and one snow claw cup for me. That was nice and easy. Snow claw cup. We are on a roll with pet collecting in the last couple of days. Holy smokes. We got the three pets we were missing that were wild pets from the Zskera Caverns. We got the rare black Slyvern cub. We got the Snowclaw Cub, we got the Phoenix Wishwing, we got Skarnda Drop from Cobb Rock. It's been, as Gwen Stefani said, bananas. Some people aren't affected by caffeine the same way. Can drink a can of Coke or a cup of coffee, go straight to sleep. Glad you're on. It's been a day. Glad to have you here, Britt. All right. One thing I'm going to do just because is I still have my Honorary Dryad title, and I'm going to go take a teleport just to see if maybe they hotfixed it. Perhaps they didn't, and it'll get rid of it, and that's something I'm just kind of curious about. Let me see. Infinite Time Reaver finally dropped for me last week. Congratulations, Geek MP3. That is a massive grind to be done with. Holy moly. Caffeine does not wake me up. I was surprised to find this was actually a thing. I blame the military and professional school / college for my tolerance. Where do I want to go? This way. Unbelievable amount of time walking with no mounts still. It's such a small drop rate. So I still have the title. So maybe they've hotfixed it. Perhaps they've fixed something with that. But that's a good thing to be careful of, just in case. Oh, Dark Wanderer, I'm so sorry. Can I untime something out of Streamlabs snaps it? What if I do that? I don't know how to restore the message. Told it's an ADHD thing, don't know. I need another project. That was nice and fast. Let's go back to Simple Armory, because what time is it? It's only 11 o'clock. It is Friday, so on some occasions I would end early on a Friday to leave extra time for making a news video, but practically I am kidding myself if I think I'm starting that before like 4 o'clock. So we are gonna pick out another thing. Show you what I'm looking at. All right. There we go. Some words censored, don't know why. That one was a, actually, that's very weird. I don't know why that was censored. Time for Zap Throttle. Oh, I thought I had at least one of them. I have none of them. I have 0-4. We got the Snowclaw Cub. What about the Ohuna Companion? I'd love to do some grain hunts. How does this work? Comments. Drops from the Epic Grand Hunt spoils first after each weekly reset. So I could take different characters. I could do an Epic Grand Hunt. I received the companion from the blue bag on an alt. Renown 1. Renown on that character was only 4. So it looks like it, according to this, if we believe this, can come from both the blue and the purple, but we may as well farm the purples. Yeah, let's try that. Let me check and see if there's let me check and see if it's cageable, actually. If it's super cheap, then maybe I'll skip. Although I would love a good excuse to do a hunt. Shopping. Nope, looks like I'm gonna have to get it. Alright. Well, here's a grand hunt. Not cageable. So few people doing hunts now, it's rough. Let's go poke around. I haven't done one in ages. I farmed the mount from it, and I had one of the Bakar companion drop while I was doing the mount, but I must have stopped too early. You can get the dog as well. The dog I've got already. I like your name. It sounds like it would match Arthas, the new pet that's coming in 10-2. You could call him a Necrowolf. Alright, begin the hunt. Where is Scout Tummel?
Just in time for the hunt.
I like having the Ohuna. Oh, I guess I've never done this in this character. Movement speed. Oh, it's an on use. Okay, well then no, let's go for passives. Always passives, always passives. The Ohuna passively hurls a razor wind at your target. Sure. Yeah, okay. I'm sure the actives are better, but that's fine by me. It's funny, they still give you buttons for them. I suppose I can just unequip them. Hi. I will signal the start of the Grand Hunt. You can count on me. I'm gonna do this all by myself. Oh boy. Why? Self. Or I could start a custom group and start it. Hazel's Hunt. Azure Span. Or Moduff. Wow. That's great. Oh, if anybody else wants to do a hunt. Which mount comes from the hunts? I'm scared. I thought it was some kind of a... Why am I riding it? Why is my... This looks dangerous. I thought that... What did I think? What was the question? It's an elephant. There we go. There we go. Thank you. I'm gonna heal the baby one, and then the adult ones I think are gonna get the opposite of healed. Miss Hazel, since you seem always up to date, do you know if there will be a Mythic plus 10 mod next season? I don't think there will be. I think that they are, at least for the time being, done with seasonal plus 10 affixes. They seem to be pretty good with their choice to not do them this time. They are relying on rotating dungeon pools to provide freshness between seasons, whereas before you needed the plus 10 affix to do that. So I don't think there's going to be anything to worry about. All right. Thanks for coming, Isla. Mammoth that comes from an egg in a vault? That still bothers me. Mammoths do not come from eggs. One mammoth did. They really should bring back Prideful. Man, my favorite thing about Prideful was I had this weak aura that would cackle like a witch whenever you... It had something to do with having enough percentage to summon a prideful, like you were about to pull one, or... Yeah, I think it would cackle if you were in combat with a mob that would pull the prideful, so that you knew, like, maybe to, like, kill one and not the others, or, like, whatever it may be. And, I was the only one, to my knowledge, that was running this weak aura in my group, so I would alert my friends whenever my weak aura told me we were about to summon one by cackling myself into Discord. Was roughly the tone of the weak aura alert. And I really enjoyed cackling like a witch. That was great fun. 10 out of 10 would do it again. The actual mechanics of Prideful were fussy and not to my liking, but any good chance to make a fool of myself. Remember the BAM sound. I think whatever it was that I had set up that weak aura for, I quickly changed my mind. I don't remember what it was. There was something. It might have been learning a class, like letting my stacks drop on BM Hunter or something. Claim it was an audio clip, they'll never know. Thanks for your awesome boss guides. Really enjoying them. Well, thank you. I have zero recollection of early Dragonflight. Maybe I have it. Love witch cackling. My 2-year-old is loving to do it too. The Wicked Witch of the West was my favorite media impression to do when I was a young child. Somebody once mistakenly or otherwise told me that I was good at it, which is a big mistake. And I proceeded to continue to rehearse that impression into the ground for, I'm pretty sure, years. Don't see your group in Finder? Should be, let me edit. We're in the custom group section. Alliance North America. So if you are Horde or you're EU, you won't see it. For whatever reason, custom groups don't work cross-realm or cross-faction. It might have been the Holy Priest stacks. I might have had a different sound for those, though. Or maybe I had the BAM sound and I changed it to something else. What kind of creatures ran the forked road? Oh, sure. Stack with the meow. Oh, that's right. Hey, is your cat okay? I thought that was my cat. Meow. 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 Good times. That's why I'm Horde. Hate to see it. Gorger. Oh, yeah. Gotta do the boss. My partner texted me a picture of my puppy. Our puppy. His puppy, my puppy, our puppy. He's so big. He's so big and he's so cute. I saw streamers this season use a sneeze sound for Afflicted. I think that I picked up an Afflicted weak aura that default had a sneeze sound, and I'm pretty sure I changed it to something else because the sneeze sound was grossing me out. I think I went and edited it to be something different. I don't remember what, but yeah, I had I made it a bell, I think. I think I made it like a big dong. I wonder what sort of alerts and weak auras I might want for next season. We'll have to see. I like to try and start my seasons with not too many different UI pieces, and then as I decide that I want something, I'm like, oh, I'd really like to track that buff, or I'd really like to have an alert for whenever this thing happens, and then I'll like go figure it out, or Google it, or ask a friend, or ask stream. None. Real ballers don't use weak auras. I think I may be letting go of any notion about being a real baller. Like many children that were a bit tall for their age group, I was encouraged to play basketball. Didn't really click with it. Never super connected with it. I don't think I Rampage stopped. Okay. That one wasn't meant to be. Maybe I would enjoy it more if I tried it again now. I think my personality got in the way of me enjoying a lot of things when I was young. And now that I'm older and I've had more time to chill the frick out, I might have more fun with different things that I had written off previously. The shortest of my basketball team in junior high. I think that height, especially when it's like school teams, is kind of like, you know, trying to play the best, like the best parsing class for like your LFR team. You know, it's like there certainly may be some advantage conferred, but you're missing the picture a little bit if you think it's going to make that big of a difference. I feel like we were all quite hung up on it at the time and didn't end up mattering. I think that's very common. I was also one of 2 girls on the team. Adolescent selves often don't appreciate many things that we do as we become older and wiser. How are we doing here? Oh, I got a repurposed giant thimble. It's a piece of mail that I have collected already, evidently. 15 nests cleared. Thanks for coming and joining this group, guys. I think we could do the hunt alone. I think it would have been... Speaking of not being tall enough, I'm a gnome. What are you meant to do here? Nests cleared. How? Oh wait, there's a rock. There's a rock. It's the perfect throwing rock. I don't know why I've upset that armor Eden. I really didn't need to. We're piecing it together. Oh no. Hang on. We have to go inside. The one nice thing about this hunt having a modest amount of people in it is that it's giving me a great opportunity to participate and do the things. I've never done this before. Not fun doing it alone? Yeah, I imagine it would take a long time. I think that rock's too far. Oh, they did it. Angry beasts? Where? Why are they angry? Needed to do more? Glad my poker can join. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, Whip Web. I hope your week was splendid. Failing that, I hope it was satisfactory. Failing that, I'm glad you made it through it. I still haven't found the angry beast. Caprine. Is that a word for armoredens? No. Well, if it is, then they don't have a tooltip thing indicating that. Well, it does say groups defeated. I suppose I have time to Google it. What does that word mean? Define bracket caprine. Relating to or resembling goats. Example? Caprine arthritis. Okay. Relating to or resembling goats. Do these look like goats to you? These look like goats that got really into the gym. Oh, those are actual goats. Oh, I understand. Okay. We got there. In a month, it will almost be American turkey time. Have you started Christmas gift lists? The thought crossed my mind and then it left my mind. And then that was about the end of it. So no. They have goat horns? They do have horns that are goat-like. Is it frowned upon to go to petting zoos and as an adult and pet the animals without any children there? I guess if you're an adult and you want to hang out with goats, you gotta go find some goat yoga. 10 mod defeated. If it is, I'm guilty. No, do it. Nah. I haven't hung out with goats in a long time. I've seen them. You can go to Beacon Hill Park and you can kind of look at the petting zoo without going into it. They have like miniature horses, and they have goats and chickens and different animals there. Oh, somebody got a clubtail for their Highland Drake. Where is Scout Tumbled?
Up for an adventure? Trust your eagle eye.
I did it. All right, we got 1 Grand Hunt spoils. Diddle-doo. I got some hunting trophies. Thanks, guys. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go turn in that hunting trophy before I turn in those hunting trophies before I forget. So I'm not just carrying them around. Miniature horses. This thing's also known as ponies. Have you not? Am I the only one that calls them miniature horses? I feel like that's a thing. I treat our local pet store as a petting zoo, of course, of sorts, with permission of the employees. We have a man who's a professional cat napper. Volunteers at the local shelter, takes naps with cats. They're different than miniature horses, though. Oh. Buddy mine is a shepherd, keeps a flock. Goats and sheep are certainly a skill to keep. I don't know very much about sheep. They haven't come up much in my life. There are ponies, and there are mini horses. Ah. I guess I don't know which ones they have at the Beacon Hill Park. I thought it was miniature horses, though. But I don't know lots of things. I have a habit that I would like to work on of guessing when I don't know. And I'd like to practice just admitting that I don't know. I'd like to find out. But I don't know. Let's go turn in. Oh, it's a dream surge zone. Next dream surge in 10 minutes. Turn in some rep. When you say a buddy of mine is a shepherd, my first thought was, yeah, me too. Moose. Moose does not have sheep. I wonder... He hasn't shown, to my knowledge, and I guess, again, I'm not... I don't know if he has any herding dog instincts. He certainly has some herding dog breeds. Based on his genetics test and what I've learned from this one Netflix show, one of his great-great-great-grandparents was some form of an Australian herding dog. Because he has some Australian cattle dog and some Rama sheepdog in him. But... I don't know if he has any herding instincts. I know you'll hear stories about some dogs like herding other dogs at the dog park and like kind of getting them back to the pack and whatnot. Or herding people at a party, for example. But I don't know if Moose does any of that. Moose would probably have a lot of fun with sheep. I think he would lose his little moosey mind. What is that? May come when he's older? Maybe. I don't have any livestock for him to herd or otherwise, so maybe it's alright. His main job is just to be a companion and to walk nicely and to be a dog. I joke that he's my bodyguard, but he doesn't actually need a bodyguard. He can just be a big buddy. Okay. We got our centaur reputation. Just to get those things out of my bags. Am I happy with this? Let's get rid of some of those. Clean up some of that. I don't need any of these things anymore. Oh, I got one of those items I can disenchant. Those are fancy. Got some Dreambound cloth boots. Can't imagine from where. Yeah. Dragonel's artifacts. Those turn in at the expedition. I've been told I'm likely a descendant of a golden retriever. By the way, I get excited so easily. Friend had a border collie they brought to a Christmas party. The dog was trying to herd people together. My friend had a dog like that as well. That would, if anybody strayed off from the group at like a holiday event, they would come nip at their heels to get them to go back. I'm looking to go to the camp. That's right. I could live in a world where you just right-clicked these tokens to get the rep. I don't live in that world, but if I did live in that world, I don't know that it would cause me any great stress. Oh, I get lots of supplies from all this rep. You gotta love the Leatrix plus auto turn in. That's pretty good. And all these lovely supplies. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm not done farming that. I think what I'm gonna do is take another character and go do a hunt so that I get another epic bag. Because I'm guessing it. I don't know this, but a wild guess would be that maybe it has a better chance to drop out of the epic satchel. So doing one hunt per week on different characters might avail me better. So if I get back my evoker who has gear, I could go do another hunt. Perhaps. Kind of forces everyone to socialize. That would be nice, but then you wouldn't ever visit the rep vendor. Perhaps. Perhaps I'd visit them when I go shopping. Alright, well I think Karak is not up. I think those were old Karak spawns that people were seeing. So let's go up top side and go find a hunt to do, and I'll list up another group for it too. Updated video and recommended add-ons. I do not. However, my add-on spreadsheet is relatively up to date for retail. So there's a list of them there. It doesn't help with hardcore at all, but that's got links as well as like a short description of what each one does. Hunts are, I guess, going to continue to be in the Azure Span. Right. Yeah. I'm at a party and leave the group. Need to recharge. Herding dog dragging me back would be detrimental to that. Pet that. Scritch's dog. I miss my buddy. I'll do one more hunt, but then I'll probably wrap up for today because it's getting to that time and because I want to cuddle with my doggy.
Our tribe holds a special connection to wind eagles.
Maybe give him a good brushing.
The nestlings and eggs are trapped in our overtaken village. Please.
He sometimes chases his tail because he's goofy, and normally he does it kind of sedately, like he'll just walk in a circle trying to grab his tail, and occasionally he does successfully chomp it. But this morning he was all wound up and being all goofy and bouncy and floppy, and he was like leaping to try to chase his tail and like bouncing up and down like a rodeo clown. And it was the best thing ever. I am doing this dragon race. This has happened. I am doing it now. It'll be 500 gold, and I will not be convinced out of it. They always get me with these. It was clever of them to put such a nice gold purse on the dragon races because I always like doing them whenever I go buy them. I think if they hadn't done that, I wouldn't touch them. But... and then once I'm doing them, I usually remember how fun they are. Or at the very least, it feels like a perfectly good way to earn 500 gold. Nice zone. I don't know if I thought as much about the Azure Span and the forests of it when I was trying to think of my favorite, most beautiful Dragon Isle zones. Because the Waking Shores kind of takes your breath away. It's very easy to get focused on that one when you're thinking about pretty Dragonflight zones. Oh, this is really nice too. It's kind of misty. Looks like a place you might wear a nice flannel. I like wearing a nice flannel. Oh, I haven't spent any vigor. I've just been steering. I suppose that's fine. Sometimes spending vigor gets me into more trouble than it helps. Here we go. Ah, bronze.
formidable competitors.
Any hunts? Maybe the next one won't start for a minute. Oh no, it's up there. It's up there. Oh, there's 5 of 6 remaining. Somebody's actually doing them. How rich are you? I am less rich than I was. I spent a couple million gold on WoW tokens to get some shop stuff plus the BlizzCon pack. So I have 3 million gold, give or take. Whereas previously I think I had about 6. I spent about half my gold.
Great fish gather in droves.
Moose the Furnato.
Gather meat for
My dog can't physically catch her tail. Does try. Ending up biting whoever's next to her. Oh dear. Chompy accidents. Okay. Hunt creatures to the east of the frozen river. You betcha. Thanks, guys. This always goes much faster with more people. Can you do it in a big raid? I don't see any reason why not. You can do everything else in a big raid. How do you buy the BlizzCon pack with gold? You buy WoW tokens on the auction house, and then you convert those to Blizzard balance, and then you buy the pack with your Blizzard balance. Mind you, the token goes for quite a lot of gold right now. Can't justify getting the mount pack. I don't even like the mount. Can you get the lower one of the pet and the toy? Yeah, I think that's totally fair. I liked the mount a tiny bit later once it occurred to me that it's a blizzard. But yeah, probably not something I'm going to ride an awful lot. East of the river. I've gone too far south here. Oh, good. Somebody found some animals. Oh, is it a yeti on a mammoth? It's small. Oh, that's kind of adorable.
It will prove useful to us.
Mount's really cool. Cool animation. Take like 1 million gold. Yeah. Yeah, I put a couple million into tokens, and then I also got the Crush Hoof pack that I never got, like the Kodo thing. And then, I also have some notions about getting the, there's a, uh-oh, I might sneeze. Pardon me. Outland. Warp Stalker. There's a Warp Stalker, Nether Stalker kind of mount situation that I don't have. I meant to buy it, but then I got an error, and then I haven't tried again since. Bless you! Didn't mean for that to be in all caps, but I really meant it. Wish they would make Murlocs for all the aspects, past and future. I already have 3 now.
Hold your dog. Take care which burrows you search. What roads have you traveled?
There we go, okay. Finally got to the bottom of that. So there's another person you can turn them into. Can you fly with the lost supplies? I suppose I can try and find out. Oh wait, herbs. Oh, piece of candy. Worthwhile. Oh, I can play. 12 of 15. So if I pick this up. No, I see. You can't. You gotta run it back. I like these hunter pets.
This group of angry beasts cannot be calmed. Cut them down.
I feel like bringing back gold sinks like the Brutus or Auctionist would combat the inflation in the game. Very well, make it. Gonna be there, yeah, probably. I got a bit distracted. We're clearing groups of Yetis, yeah. In the first patch of Dragonflight, I feel like I really enjoyed the hunts in the soup and the other group events. Not so much actually. You know what? The Obsidian Citadel Siege. That one didn't really do much for me. I did it a few times whenever I needed to, but that one didn't enchant me the same way that soup did. And then the more events that they added, the less enthused I became about them. I think they're just a bit oversaturated for me. I hope they try different. I would love to have like one like big one per patch. Like per major patch. And then hopefully they experiment with some other things. Yes, Jeff. I still do the soup quest weekly to try to flavor pockets to sell. It's a great idea. I bet they sell really, really nicely too. I buy those for any character that I'm planning to do any content on, because once you've raided with a flavor pocket or done keys, it is really hard to go back. Alright. Diddle-doo. Nope, no luck. Oh well. Thank you very much, people. Appreciate the help. We can always do more hunts tomorrow. Or maybe we'll do a hardcore stream tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. Shall we go back to... I suppose I can just log out. Nearby? Oh yeah, I sold some stuff. Good. Yeah, I will wrap up for today. I'm going to be back tomorrow morning, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific for a cozy Saturday morning stream. Maybe it'll be a good day for us to check back in with classic hardcore and do some grinding, or maybe I'll want to play retail. We'll see. Figure it out in the morning. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.